I hate keeping people waiting. Long time no see, y'all. I didn't do a live on my normal days. I didn't do a live Wednesday or Sunday. It's been a busy week. And so we didn't do our live. Who all's on here? It's a lot easier to talk to y'all if I know who it is. It's weird talking to yourself. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? We have had a super busy week. Like I said, it's been really, really nice outside. Well, it's been nice outside the last 2 days. So we spent the last 2 days getting everything that we could get done. And so today it has been gloomy and wet and rainy. And we had a storm last night that sounded like it sounded like the house was going to blow away. It was very, very scary. And we had like tornado warnings or watches. I don't know which one it was. It was hailing. That wind was strong, and it was raining a lot. And so we were up. It hit around 1 o'clock, and we were all up till, I don't know, maybe around 2. Well, no, it was about 3 o'clock when it all settled down. And so Andy got up and went out and checked on all the animals at the farm. But it has been good up until last night and today when it comes to the weather. But we've had a lot of things going on at the farm, a lot of things we got done. Some of them I did videos for, some of it I didn't. But we've been getting things done. And we sold 2 rabbits today. So, we sold Blue and Clover today. So now we just have, how many is it? 5? May, Beth, Manly, Dallas, and Boise. And then 13 baby rabbits is what we've got on the farm. And I'm glad to kind of make the switch over. I talked about, yeah, I'm super excited about it. Andy tilled the garden yesterday when it was really nice. Finally got in the garden. We wouldn't have been able to do it, but we had enough wind and about maybe 3 dry days. And that's the only reason why we were able to do it. But it was still damp, but it was tillable, which was something I didn't think was going to happen. So I'm glad that he was able to get in there yesterday. We actually got to mow the yard yesterday, which is something that we didn't think we was going to be able to do. But it was, but we're back to the same old gloomy weather today. It was warmer today. I kept taking this pullover on and off. It was warmer today, but now I started getting cold sitting here in the house, and I checked the temperature and it's down to 50. Which isn't horrible, but if it was 70 a couple days ago and now you're back down to 50, you know, it's noticeable. But the garden's tilled. Oh, if you watched my seed starting video, I'm super, super excited. So I went and checked. I checked on them yesterday, and we're finally getting some sprouts. So we've got some cucumber and okra. Thank you. We got our cucumber and okra are sprouting up. It's actually the cucumber seeds that I didn't think were going to sprout. There were the ones that we had saved back from last year, and I was kind of worried about them because I had a little bit of mold on them, and I thought, I don't know if they're going to do good, but they're the first ones up. So that's crazy. And those seed trays that we are using work really, really well. So we'll just have to see. Yep. Yep, that was the first ones that popped up, was the cucumber and okra. Which is crazy.
Okras and cucumbers.
Hey y'all. How are you? So that's super exciting. So we'll just have to, my favorite, which y'all know, is like the peppers and the tomatoes, or if you watch, is the peppers and the tomatoes. That's like some of the biggest part of like preserving and putting up stuff. That's that's two of the things that we eat the most of. We do, eat the cucumbers fresh and stuff. And hopefully we'll work on some dill pickles this year instead of the sweet pickles. And so we'll have some of them. But tomatoes and cucumbers are probably my favorite out of the garden, along with like your sweet stuff, your watermelon and your cantaloupe and things like that. Actually, I'm not a big watermelon fan. I know a lot of people like watermelon, but I've never just had, but maybe like once, had like an actual watermelon that was like super duper sweet. And I was like, this is good watermelon. A lot of times to me, watermelons just taste really watery and don't have a lot of taste. We did grow a watermelon one year. It was our best year for watermelon, and since then we haven't had as good a watermelon as we did that year. But Lakin was a baby. It was probably maybe the second garden we ever grew, and I got Dollar Tree tags at your link, but it says your Dollar Tree closed permanently. LOL, we got one here. Huh. I wonder what said that. You can't order it online? Our Dollar Tree isn't closed. But the link that I posted, I just got on dollartree.com and found the tags and then, posted the link. That's weird. You should be able to find them at the Dollar Tree though. If you can't, there is some on Amazon that are very similar. Those trays that we use, you got to cut the tip of them off of the tags that we have that are like this. So if you're going to use the same kind of, trays that we use, you might have to cut them off a bit. Probably if you use any tray like that has a top, you'll probably have to cut them off a bit. But what I like about those is not only can we use them in the seed trays, we can use them out in the garden when we line everything up. So. Some of them. And I'm thinking that we could probably just take like an expo marker or something and maybe get that. Maybe we'll be able to reuse them. But for like $1, the Dollar Tree, what is it, $1.25 at the Dollar Tree? That's not that bad for just little tags. I got some bell covers for frost. Ooh, awesome. Yeah. But, I can't remember what I was saying. Yeah, I've completely was talking about garden stuff. But yeah, we've got the okra and the cucumbers. We are going to try to succession plant. I think I said it in that video. We're going to try to succession plant our cucumbers this year again. So if you all raise cucumbers, or you have never raised cucumbers and you haven't succession planted your cucumbers, I recommend you succession plant your cucumbers. If you don't know what that means, plant your first batch. You can either plant them in the ground or you can start them from seed. Obviously, if you start from seed, you're going to be able to have, like a longer growing season. But plant your cucumbers and then go ahead, and once they get about like yay high, go ahead and plant some more. And then once those get about yay high, go ahead and plant some more. And do that throughout the summer, or your growing season. That way you can grow your cucumbers a little bit longer. Like I said, we started the cucumbers that we had saved seed out of last year, and then we got a specific new type of seed that's called the double yield. And it was out of the Seed Saver catalog. So if I talk about it on these lives, if you want a good company for ordering seeds, I recommend Seed Saver. You can get online and they have a free catalog. And Seed Saver Exchange is what it's called. And they're a wonderful company. You get your stuff very quickly. Everything is decent price. It's not just like it's not like blown out of proportion when it comes to seed prices. I got multiple seed catalogs, and out of like, let's say the Baker's Creek, Burpee Seeds, Seed Saver, Botanical Interest, out of all of those, Seed Saver has the best price on seeds, and you can order them online as well. But I'm going to mention the double yield because we are going to try the double yield, and Lord's willing, I will let you know how well they do. But the particular double yield plants are supposed to have they're supposed to do like a double yield. They're supposed to give you 2 yields at least. As your cucumbers. If you haven't grown cucumbers before, something that cucumbers do is they'll flower, and then they'll give you your cucumber, and then usually they die. They'll give you just, like a set amount of however many cucumbers they're going to give you on the plant, and then the plant just starts dying out. And so if you need a lot of cucumbers, and we always find, at least for us, we can never grow enough cucumbers. We think we're going to get it, and then we don't. And so we did grow quite a few cucumbers, and we would have had more than we would have if one of the batches of our sweet pickles hadn't gone bad. So we had 2 large jars of sweet pickles soaking on the countertop, and flies got in them. And so nobody wants to eat dead fly cucumbers. So we had to dump those out. And you take 2 jars filled to the top with cucumbers that are like, that's pretty deep. I don't know. It's pretty deep. And so that was a lot of cucumbers. And so those got wasted and tossed. And so we had to save what was left of the other ones. And so that's the reason why we might have had more than what we had originally. But, things happen. So this year, we hopefully are going to have more than we did last year with being able to start seeds early. Last year we couldn't start seeds during the spring for family issues, some family things that were going on, and so this year we will be able to do that. Everybody is in better health this year. Everybody is doing a lot better. A lot of the garden time over the last couple of years has been wrapped around just family stuff. It's been the reason why we combined the 2 gardens together is, to help my mother-in-law and father-in-law out. My father-in-law, if you don't know, was in really, really bad health. And we almost lost him a couple years ago. And he is doing a lot better. But without giving all of his information out, he wasn't doing well. And so we combined our 2 gardens. I do have, if you've heard me talk about it, I do have what I call my kitchen garden, what I, cook out of when we are home, but we have the farm garden, which we preserve out of, eat out of, cook out of, and it's a 2 families combined together. That way that they can have, the garden, and we can get some benefits from it as well. Now, my father-in-law is in a better health this year, and so he is able to get out into the garden, and I'm glad that he's able to do that because he does love to garden. He just wasn't able to. But I love the farm garden because we can have more produce. The only downside to the farm garden is the soil is not as good as it was. It is here at our house, but the garden is doing a lot better this year. I've noticed a big difference in the soil since we have been working on it and adding compost. We've been able to amend the soil quite a bit. In sections, we've been kind of focusing our mind or our efforts in certain sections of the garden, and we've been able to get better and better soil in those sections. And in turn, we should be able to get better produce. To the main areas are where we had the tomatoes last year and where we had the potatoes last year, and we have added a lot of compost in those areas. We do plan, to work in the garden at large, but it's going to take a while. I've talked about it before. I don't know if our garden looks fair. You all let me know. Somebody leave a comment because I really don't know. How does the garden look large on video? When I show you all the garden, does it look as big as it actually is, which is about a half an acre? Does it look that big? That's with the raised beds combined in. That entire section over there, I believe, is around a half an acre. I haven't measured it, but I'm going to say somewhere in there. Does it look that big? Because it really is. It really is that big. Andy was, and we added to it. We added on both sides and the ends to the garden, and so we have added more garden. And so Andy was in the garden yesterday, and he said, "That's a lot of garden." I said, "I know, honey. I know." Good thing we planted over, what was it, 388 seeds when we started. We planted 5 trays, and I think that it's 388 seeds that we started. Some of them are flowers, but most of them are edibles. Some of the flowers are edibles, but most of them are edibles, which is, our melons, our squashes. So pumpkin, squash, watermelon, cucumbers, cantaloupe, tomatoes, onions, okra, what else? And peppers. That's what we've seed started. And then, of course, we're going to plant direct would be the corn and the beans and lettuce and radishes. And it slipped both me and my mother-in-law's mind, but we need to start cabbage. I should have got the cabbage in the ground before now, or in seed trays before now, but I didn't. So we're just going to have cabbage in the summer, and then maybe possibly in the fall. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But how's everybody else's gardens going? I'm curious to see if anybody has started seeds. I know down south, a lot of people are in the Carolinas and stuff. That's we kind of compare ourselves to that area because it's through the Appalachian Mountain Range, and of course we're on the upper side of Appalachia. I guess you would call that the upper side of the Appalachia, and they're on the lower side of the Appalachia. I don't even know if that's the correct term for it, but we think of North Carolina, like south of us. That's down south. And they are planting gardens now. I've noticed in a couple videos people are starting like beans and stuff like that. We're still a little bit away from that, and depending on what the weather is going to be, we usually plant our potatoes at Good Friday. And somebody commented on my video when I was when I did my video about complaining, and I said this is what it's like being a farmer, and I talked about how muddy the garden was. Somebody said that Good Friday is not a, let me see, hold on. It said oh, okay, sorry, Daisy Q. I thought that it blocked your message. They say Good Friday is just like a day. It's not like an actual date. It's different every year. And I thought, yeah, I know it's different every year. I'm just upset that I can't play it on that, but maybe we can plan on it. Y'all excuse me for a second. I'm going to spit my gum out. I don't typically chew gum, but I had gum in my mouth. But I don't like chewing when I'm talking to people. I feel like it's rude for them to just see my gum. And so I had it stuffed in my mouth back here. I am late starting seeds, doing it Sunday. Been too busy clearing out the house for moving. I knew you were moving. Have you found a place yet? I guess maybe you have. I don't know. That's a good idea. Usually Eric, what is it? What is this page? Farmall Eric or Eric? There he is. I was talking about you. They are moving as well, and so I think he's going to be a little bit late starting his garden as well. Probably Texas. Going down. Do you all I was going to say south, but that's west. Ain't Texas the west? I know, like, nothing past us. Like, here's Kentucky, and here's the rest of the world. Yeah, this might as well be foreign to me. I know nothing about it. I was talking about you, and then you popped up. It's like what do they say, spoke you into existence. Kind of both, yeah. Yeah, it's like, where are you? Yes, Seed Saver Exchange. It's always good. One good thing about it is you'll have till winter, and so you can have the summer to eat it, and you don't have to. If you wanted to preserve it, I guess you could, but you don't have to preserve it to eat good during the summer, do you? I'm hoping all the seeds do well, and I'm hoping I haven't done, guys. I haven't started seeds, and it's been years. And I don't know. It's probably been 4 years. I always think about how long ago something was, and I guess it's where I'm a mom, but I always think, how old was Lakin? Around how old was Lakin when I did this? Did this, and sometimes that's how I compare my things. I guess that's a mom thing. I'm sure you moms on here would know what I'm talking about when you like think back. How old was my kid when I did this certain thing? But it's been years since I started seeds, and so it's almost like starting new. It's like almost like starting something that I've never done before, which is kind of fun. It's kind of exciting. Looking forward to fresh veggies again. We have gone through everything. We've preserved, yeah, that's a good idea. For those of you that weren't on here, some of you may want to know that we sold Clover and Blue today. I know a few of you really liked Blue and liked Clover, and I loved them. And but they went to a wonderful family, and I'm very confident that they're going to be very well taken care of. It's a family just starting out, and they don't even have chickens yet. I asked her, she brought her little boy and little girl with her today, and I guess the little boy maybe was like a little older than a year old, maybe 18 months old, and their daughter, she's maybe 2, or maybe 3, and they were, right on their mommy's skirt tail and holding on to her and hanging on to her, and of course, the chickens were free ranging and wandering around, and the little boy was scared of the chickens. And I said, "Y'all have chickens?" She said, "No, we're just starting out. We just got ducks." But I know that they're going to do wonderful, and I know that they're going to be really well taken care of. And that was one of my specific things. I mean, it was hard. In a way, getting rid of Clover and Blue, because they're just so beautiful. Like you said, Blue is beautiful, and Clover is beautiful. And Clover was our very first rabbit. That's crazy to think that she was our very first girl. And she taught me everything. Like, she taught me, she taught me the beginning stages, everything that I needed to learn right in the beginning. Blue was the buck, and I bred Blue to Clover, and Clover unfortunately didn't have babies. She didn't take. Funny story though, if you all watched the video, I tried to breed her, and he had 4, no, he might have had like 4 or 5 fall offs, maybe more than that. But it was his first time, and I don't know if he actually got it figured out. And so I don't think it was her. I think it was him. But it took her forever to get those fall offs. She fought it the whole entire way. And then I put them in together today when they were traveling, because she said, "Do I need to separate them?" And I was like, "Well, no, if you want babies right now, you can go ahead and, put them together, and then just separate them, after they've done, they've got it figured out." Well, I put them right together, and he immediately bred her. And they had 3 fall offs while we were standing at the back of their vehicle. And I said, "Well, you're going to have babies next month. You better go ahead and tell your husband." She said, "Oh, he's going to get me." So they'll have babies next month. Probably, pretty sure. And so I wish I could have had babies out of Blue and Clover, because I really wanted to see what that match was. I really wanted to see what the chinchilla over the chinchilla was going to do as far as color goes. But, it didn't work out, and I'm okay with that, because I feel like things just usually fall into place. They usually just work the way, they work out the way they should. And so she didn't have her babies. We've got 13 babies on the farm right now, so we're not hurting for babies. And, like I said, things just work out for the better sometimes. Things just work out, the way they should. And so we have, we sold Clover and Blue, and now I have 4 cages open. I had a cage open from selling, or I had 2 cages open from Who all have I? I've sold Rover. I've sold Honey. I've sold, Pipsqueak's gone. And then I sold the six meat babies. And that freed up the grow outs. That freed up a lot of room, and so now we have 4 cages open, and we've got 13 baby rabbits that we're gonna have to separate. And so it worked out, probably for the best, for the better. And I love having rabbits. It's just one of those things that rabbits have just they've come a lot easier for us when it comes to making an income on the homestead and on the farm. And guys, it is so important for those of you that don't have a homestead or a farm yet, and you're looking to produce your own meat, and you're looking to maybe later on be able to live completely sustainable, or half sustainably, or be able to make an income off the farm. It is so important to find things that work, that can produce a meat source, that can produce a fiber source. I'm gonna say, like we have rabbits, so you can sell the pelts, you can keep the pelts, and it's important to have an income source. So the rabbits are a meat source, they're a pelt source, they're a income source. And so rabbits are something that I find are very easy to sell. I know some areas it's going to be a little bit different, so you're probably going to have to do a little bit of research. You're going to have to, talk to people and sell and see what people sell. For in your area, the price range of what you're looking for, and you want to kind of buy rabbits accordingly. And that's why we wanted to go ahead and switch our focus from the meat rabbits, the New Zealand and the Flemish Giant. And guys, here's the thing too, is any rabbit is edible. Some are going to produce a little bit better, some are going to be on the lower end. I've talked about it before on videos. You really need to look into your meat to bone ratio, but you also need to look, if you're gonna use them for an income source, you really need to look at what what people want in your area. Are people wanting pets? Are people wanting pelts, or like furs? Are people wanting fibers? Because you have rabbits like the Angora rabbits that produce fibers, and you can I guess you can use them for yarn, their hair and stuff for yarn. What are people looking for in your area? And then you can base what people are looking for in your area with your decision to what you're going. People dropped off like flies. There was a bunch of people on here, now they're all gone. But you need to really look and just kind of see what what's needed in your area, and then you can base it off what you purchase and what you can make an income off of. And rabbits for us has been something that we can make an income off of selling. Before now, it was for pets and meat breeders, but now we're being able to offer meat. We're being able to offer pelts. We're being able to offer a pet source, and we're being able to offer breeders and pedigreed rabbits. So we can sell these rabbits to people that are in the show world. And so, we wanted to find a more versatile rabbit, and I'm glad that I started out with the meat mutts. I'm glad that I started out with the Flemish Giant and the New Zealand, so I could kind of dip my toes in and figure out what's going on. I don't know everything. I tell you all on videos all the time, I don't know absolutely everything. Mostly because I haven't experienced everything. I don't have, I've got about 3 to 4 years of experience under my belt with the rabbits, which is not anything compared to somebody that's had 20 years of experience or even 10 years of experience. I don't know everything, but I've been able to keep my rabbits healthy. And I think that has a big impact on the things that you encounter with livestock. It seems like if you can get their diet down, you can get their health down, you can get the things that you need to monitor and watch down, then you can overall prevent a lot of things to come later on. And so overall, if you can just keep something healthy, you're going to have a lot less issues out of it and a lot less things that you experience while in animal husbandry. Please document as you are smart to document. Where'd everybody go? I must have got boring all of a sudden. Nobody's on here. Everybody was. There was a bunch of people on here, and now they're all gone. It's showing nobody's here, Eric.
Everybody left you.
And well, Eric's saying he's on here, so I don't know what it's doing. Maybe the numbers are lying. Who all is on here? Leave a comment, because I'm curious to see what's going on. It might just be that it was like the numbers were just going down 1, 1, 1. I was like at 6, and then it was like 1. It dropped at 1, dropped down 1, dropped down 1. Hi, Randy. See, it's saying nobody is on here. Now it's saying one person is on here. So I know at least Eric and Randy are on here. That's so weird. You know, I hate to like rant or get upset, but guys, YouTube is doing this kind of stuff to me all the time. If you are starting a YouTube channel and you're just now getting into it, I've only been doing it a year. I'm not no seasoned person, but guys, they take my hours. They take my hours all the time. I can almost tell you all with confidence that I would already be monetized right now if YouTube wasn't taking my hours all the time. Yeah, it says 4 now. Now it's down to 3. YouTube takes my hours all the time. So much so that I've lost hundreds. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. It's really aggravating. I almost feel like, I don't know. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I hate to call YouTube out while I'm on YouTube, but it's pretty aggravating that stuff like this happens. And I'm not overreacting. I hope not. But, and y'all know me, like I try to be level-headed. I try to like think things through and be level-headed about it. But now that I was so close to hitting, like I was at a year, and I had my subscribers, but somehow didn't meet my my watch hours, because all of a sudden I dropped down like 400 watch hours. And guess what, guys? My watch hours have not gone up. And I hit a year in like January, and they've gone up by like 67. How in the world do you drop 400 watch hours, I've got over 1,000 subscribers. I've got almost, let me see. How many subscribers do I have? I've got over 1,000 subscribers. Hello, Olivia. Oliver, I'm sorry, I thought it said, we have an Oliver. Our doggy's name is Oliver. We have over 1,000 subscribers. Well over 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers and like a couple hundred subscribers. How are my watch hours not going up? And I feel like I don't know. I feel like YouTube picks and chooses who they want to be monetized, and they pick and choose people who.
You have 1,297.
Yeah, see, mine's saying 4 on my end now. Let me see. I have 1,297. Well, let me see. It's not going to show. It's too bright. I've got 1,297 subscribers, and my watch hours haven't even hit 3,000. And they haven't went up
In like weeks.
in weeks. And the funny thing is when I was hitting my year, I was almost, I think I was like 10 off of hitting 3,000. How do you lose that many hours? Is my question. And why are they picking and choosing who gets monetized or not? No, they don't. And I think a lot of it has to do with too where I'm a Christian. I hate to be that person to like say, oh, because I'm a Christian, but I I have evidence to back that up that YouTube doesn't like that. And my evidence is the fact that when I put gospel music or any type of bluegrass gospel music on my videos, they automatically get, like 47 views, and that's it. They won't even get 100 views. A lot of times you all could check it out for yourself. So if you go through like my short videos, and anything that has any type of gospel music on it automatically gets shut down. And I know there's other people out there that listen to bluegrass gospel, and I know that it's not like 47 people that listen to bluegrass gospel. But if I put like a more like a trendy song, and guys, y'all know I don't listen to trendy music. I don't listen to modern music or anything like that. If I put a more trendy song on, it'll get like thousands of views. I'm wondering why. I wondered why I wasn't seeing ads on your channel. I had a feeling they didn't monetize you yet. Yeah, it's almost like they're refusing to. I don't know why that is. I don't know why that is. And it's discouraging, guys, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. After I hit my year, and I realized that, like, they're just taking things from me. They're just taking hours from me, and they're, deliberately taking certain videos that I have, that, have gospel music on them or something that's just not, I don't know. I understand, like, stuff isn't trending. If something's not trending, it's not going to do as well. But how in the world does a short only get like 47 views on it? But if it has, like music that's like a gospel music or anything that has to do, I have one video that has gospel music in it, and it says something about God. It's a more modern gospel song, but it says something about that. And I got the comments got blocked on it. The comments got blocked on it. And the only thing that I can think of that the reason why the comments got blocked on it is because it was a gospel song. So, you can't tell me that they're not targeting people that don't, aren't, going with the modern flow of stuff. And, like, I hate to be, it aggravates me because they, and you all that are on YouTube and you've seen YouTube shorts or stuff like that, if you're trying to get monetized, but you're trying to get monetized in a family-friendly way, with, like not showing a bunch of skin, or, like there's one YouTube channel where, like, this girl, she claims she's a homesteader or a farmer, but all of her videos, and I've seen it because I'm in the homestead farming, genre, all of her thumbnails are like a picture of her with her shirt off. And so because she's taking pictures of herself with her shirt off and making that her thumbnail, she's getting views, and they're flocking to her channel, probably because she has her shirt off. But not only that, she's putting out, like, she's putting out her skin, she's showing her skin to get views. And I'm not going to do that. This is a family channel, and I think a lot of times family channels, especially Christian family channels, are more targeted. And, they say, well, you all are not important. And I'm not doing that, guys. Like, I know you all watch me. I know a lot of you all who regularly watch me are perfectly okay with me keeping my clothes on. And I'm going to keep my clothes on. I'm not going to do anything outrageous to get views. And so if YouTube expects me to do something outrageous to get views, I probably will never get monetized. It'll probably never happen for me. Because I'm not going to. I'm not going to do something dumb. I'm not going to, say or do something to hurt somebody. And I'm not going to I'm not going to do YouTube videos naked or half naked in order to get views. I'm not going to do that. So if that's what they're expecting, guys, I probably will never get monetized. And guess what? You all will never have to watch an ad to watch my videos. You all will never have to watch an ad to watch my videos, because I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't know what they expect of me, but that's not it. And you all can be honest with me. I would honestly like your all's opinion. Are my videos, like, boring? Am I not getting views because my videos are boring, or am I not getting views because of the stuff I just said? Because they're not pushing me out because I'm not doing things that they think I should do, or I'm doing things that they think I shouldn't do. I mean, y'all let me know. What's your all's opinion on that? Because I honestly want to know. Let me see. No, they don't like farmers and homesteaders. That's for sure. They don't like nobody growing their food. Anybody that says that they believe that people should work to self-sustainability, or they're encouraging people to be as sustainable as possible, those people are automatically on the blacklist. We're already marked as bad people. We're already told. We're already setting. We're already setting ourselves up to fail, probably, by even saying grow your own food. And God forbid us tell somebody that they can that they can put food in their soil, because now they're telling people that the ground is polluted and you can't grow food in ground, that you got to buy it at the grocery store. If you don't, you're gonna die. Okay, let me see. Don't be discouraged, just keep shining your light. I appreciate it. Thank you, Barbara. Not overreacting, just proving once summer videos appear, you'll get in their window. I hope so. I noticed that 2 girls pretend to be farmers and bushcrafters with skimpy to get the clicks, or you'll get the people who do the clickbait once that makes it like it. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to change who I am for YouTube. I'm not going to change. Yeah, I know I wear my skirts. And I know I dress like a homeless person. Nothing against homeless people. I know. I know. And I know that even in society, within society, and I'm not trying to sound like, oh, poor me, because honestly, I don't feel poor for myself. I know I dress different, and I know that throws people off, and I know that the fact that I wear skirts and dresses to farm is not the norm, and I know people think it's funny, and it doesn't bother me. I think it was Daisy Q that commented on one of the videos and said, it's not funny, but it's cute that you wear dresses to farm in. And I know, there's people that make comments and be like, oh, you're dressed so nice to feed the chickens, but really I'm just wearing a dress. I know that's weird. I know I'm against the norm. I know that I'm going against the grain a lot, but I'm going against the grain in a way that people just in general, don't like. And because they don't like that, I feel like I said, I feel like just YouTube is not they're not pushing me out because of those things. Burn down their house to get sympathy. Yeah, and buy a big one because the subscribers jump on the. Yeah, I can't do that, guys. I can't. I'm not. If you all are the only ones that watch my video, then that's fine. I'm not going to. If the ones that come on my live, and I know a lot of you all come on my lives a lot of times, and you all are the biggest support. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna, like you said, I'm not gonna burn down my house so that I can start a GoFundMe page so that somebody will buy me a house. So people will buy. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go out of my way to do something that is unethical, that is not modest. That's a big thing. Being a woman and being a woman farmer, I think, is a lot of the issues. Being a woman farmer, and being a woman that that homesteads is like a three whammy on me, and I think that's a lot of it. I think it's the fact that, and I'm not trying to pull the woman card either, and I think you all know what I'm talking about, because I think about this a lot of times. I think a lot of people, because I am a woman, they think I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to farming. And I think people automatically just jump to the conclusions of what they think a farmer looks like, and I'm not what a farmer looks like. I've got, hair down to my thighs, and my skirts and my dresses on, and my muck boots all the way up to my kneecaps, And, you know, I don't have body parts hanging out. And I'm not taking thumbnails of me with my shirt off. And I'm not, you know, like you said, doing clickbait where I'm, you know, lying and saying that it's about this and it's not. Like, I'm going to be truthful with you all when it comes to who I am. And, you know, I'm just simple. I'm a simple person. And that's a lot of the reason why I wanted to do this YouTube. I've talked about it in other shorts. I wanted to show what farm life in Appalachia is. And I hate to break it to those people that are looking for something more, but this is what real farm life is in Appalachia. We are just simple people. We don't have nothing fancy. In general, we're just poor people. We're your average people. And if you're getting on, you know, you're getting on YouTube to watch the rich farmers, then go ahead and watch the rich farmers. But that's not your average. Your average people are people like us that, you know, are just trying to raise food, to provide for their family. They're just trying to, you know, do what they love and with making ends meet. And that's your average person. That's your average person. And that's why I have this channel, because you can, if you, it wouldn't take but just a small Google search. You all could get on Google right now and look up the richest homesteaders, the richest farmers on YouTube. And you're going to realize really fast that they were rich when they started. That they had $1 million equipment and these big, huge soybean fields. And, you know, they're rich because they were rich to begin with, because they had the money for that equipment. We're not, guys, we raise rabbits and chickens. We raise goats and horses and stuff like that. We're your average poor people. We're your average farmers. We're not anything special. And we're not trying to be something we're not. And that's what I really want to make clear is, you know, I want to be monetized. I want to be monetized, and, you know, I hate that, you know, that things have turned out this way, and, you know, hours have been taken away from me, and, you know, it's just not, you know, it's not going the way that I hoped it would. But I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to be less real with you all to be monetized. And that's, you know, that's what it boils down to. Would I love to be paid for this? Absolutely, because I put a lot of hours into this. I spend hours a day filming. Things go a lot slower when I'm around and I'm filming it. And Andy's probably like, my goodness, I wish she'd hurry up. And she's taking forever. And then I spend hours editing, sometimes days editing. Hours out of the day editing. And, you know, yeah, I'd love to eat. I'm working for free. Essentially, you all are getting free content. So congratulations. Congratulations. It's for free. Essentially, you all are getting the content, hopefully, that you all want for free. And I'm perfectly okay with giving, I don't want it to sound like that. I'm perfectly okay with, you know, doing it for free. But really, honestly, too, as well, I would like to get paid for it. And, you know, and the reason why I would like to get paid for it, one is because, you know, it'd be nice to have an extra income. You're welcome, Randy. Number two is, you know, I would like to provide an income for my family. And if you all, you know, you've heard me talk about it before, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I have been for years. And, you know, it would be nice to say, you know, I'm bringing a little check in, even if it's like a little $100 check once a month. That's a $100 check once a month that could go to my family. And I, you know, I'm not on here to get rich. I know that I'm not going to be, you know, I'm not going to get rich. Probably not. I'm probably not going to get rich. And I'm not looking to become a millionaire on here. But, you know, I wanted to put out this information to show what this life was like. I wanted to put out this information so if anybody wanted it, they could have it. I wanted to put out this information to show just how we live. But, you know, it would be nice to be monetized as well, because, you know, I put a lot of hours into this, and the hours that I'm taking and putting into this, I'm taking away from my family. And I, like we were talking about, it is, it gets discouraging at times because especially when you've hit your year mark, you're like, are my videos boring? Do people not actually like my videos? Why are my videos not being, pushed out? There's questions that run through your mind, and then you think, if they don't like my videos, should I be making videos? Should I be taking this time from my family? There is other things that I can be doing, besides this. Although I like it, there is other things that I could be doing. And if people are not watching it, if it's not reaching people, then why do it? And that's the question that comes to your head, and it can be discouraging, guys. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, it can be discouraging, especially when you give it your all. And I'm learning every day, and I know that my videos could improve. Obviously, my videos are not the best videos out there. I'm using a phone to film them. I've not got the best equipment in the world, and I'm using a free app to edit them. I know that they could be better, and we talked about it. Me and Andy talked about it. I'll buy better equipment. I'll buy the better things once I start getting paid for the work that I'm doing. So that's essentially what it comes down to. Your videos are simple and wonderful. Thank you, Daisy Q. Keep being you. You are doing the right thing. Thank you. I burned down your house. You're not boring. I do see a lot of homesteading channels. Hillbilly Kitchen even quotes scripture on every video. I'm happy to see content like yours. I enjoy your channel. I hate watching some channels and they get a little money and they lose who they are. Yeah. The only rich farmers I know inherited what they have. Absolutely. Yeah. Keep grinding at it. It feels like it started catching momentum soon. I hope so. I hope so. And I hope you all don't take it as I'm whining, because I'm really not trying to whine. But I know a lot of people have asked, and a lot of people have watched our subscribers and stuff, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're at 1,000 subscribers," and yeah, the 1,000 subscribers are wonderful. I'm glad that I have that many subscribers, and I'm thankful for the views that I have. I just, I wish that I think the discouraging part of it is they've taken view hours away. They've taken my hours away. And here's the thing is all the hours that I have, I work really hard for. And if it's like you're going to, here's the thing. The best way I can explain it to you all is if you start a job and they say you're on a probation period, and through this probation period, you're not going to get paid, and we're going to base the amount of money off of the amount of work you do. And so within this year, if you do really well with your work, then you will get paid, you will get paid for your probationary, after your probationary period. So, you hit your year, it's your probationary period, you put all that hard work in, you've done, all the work, and then they say, no, your work wasn't good enough. And so you're not going to get paid for that, and we're going to fire you. It's kind of what it feels like. You can continue to work here, but you're going to have to work for free. We're not paying you. That's essentially YouTube in a nutshell. So if you're looking to start a YouTube channel, that's it. So if you do not hit your monetization, a lot of people think it's 1,000 subscribers. Guys, the 1,000 subscribers might as well just be like blowing in the wind, because the 1,000 subscribers don't really, if you're looking to be monetized, it doesn't really matter as much as your watch hours. Your watch hours are what are important. You want to hit that 4,000 watch hours. If you don't hit the 4,000 watch hours, to YouTube, you're dead. You're dead to them. And from what I understand from other YouTubers that took them a while to get monetized, they had the subscribers, they didn't have the watch hours. I know somebody that my husband watches that his channel is similar to mine, except it's more oriented to men because he's a man. And what is his channel called? Spirit of the Outdoors. He's kind of similar to our channel, kind of, sort of. He kind of does the same kind of things, but more, you know, like hunting and fishing. He's a really good channel, so you should check him out. But it took him 5 years to get monetized. He really, really likes it as well. But I think that he has more free time on his hands than I do. Probably because he's a dad. And, you know, dads just do different things than moms do. You know, dads can go out and go hunting and fishing, you know, like whenever they want, all by themselves. Not to talk down the dads on this that are on this live right now, but moms can't get up and do that, especially homeschool moms, especially housewife moms, because, you know, the time that I you know, am doing laundry, I'm taking from editing videos, or the time that I'm editing videos, I'm taking from doing laundry. So that's what it is. But I hope I didn't offend anybody in that. Good night, Randy. What time is it? Oh, I haven't set my clock back. What is it, 9 o'clock? We're close to 9.
8:52.
Yeah, it's about 9. Well, guys, how is everybody doing? Enough about me. How's everybody's? I know. Daisy Q, have you started your garden yet? Seemed like you had said you had. Good night, Randy. God bless you. Garden season is coming upon us, and I know a lot of you all watch my videos for gardening. So, I'm super excited to be able to put out some more gardening content. Y'all, I'll probably put out so much gardening content, y'all get sick of it. Kind of like I've been doing the rabbit content. That's another thing, is like, I've been putting out so much rabbit stuff, I thought people do not want to watch all this rabbit stuff. But that's all this we got going on right now. Besides the seeds. And so in order for me to put content out, I gotta put out the rabbits. So I hope you all haven't minded seeing the rabbits too much, but that's what's been going on. I've got a video coming out, guys, though, once I get it edited. So probably, yes, gardening and seed starting like y'all. I'm working on editing it. Wow, why was that so hard? I'm working on editing it. And probably won't be up tomorrow, but maybe the day after. That we've been working on the rabbitry, and the rabbitry has made a change. So I'm super excited about that. I hope you all are looking forward to seeing that. But I give you all a little bit of sneak peek of the garden, and Andy working in the garden, so I'm really excited about that. We also have some exciting news, and I'm not going to tell you all it. So you all stay tuned. Because I'm thinking about making a video or maybe a short, and telling you all the news, and then I want to get some. Here, I'll give you a hint. We are getting a new animal and possibly looking for name input. So we might need you all to help us figure out a name for a specific animal. Not going to tell you what the animal is, but hopefully I'll be making a video soon. Doing all right. Just been packing and stuff. Have to work on my roof tomorrow. Noticed shingles missing from the windstorm. Y'all got hit with the wind too. It was awful. So maybe I'll wear a Daisy Dukes and Gold shirts for the video. Listen, Eric, you all the time get me in trouble. And you threatening to do the feet pics all the time. Listen, I could tell if me and you and your wife and my husband hung out, we'd be getting into some trouble. A bunch of mischief. You're all the time. You're a bad influence. Oh. It's funny because my husband is real quiet and calm. You all have seen him. I can't hardly get him in videos, but he's real quiet. But I was talking to his mom one day, and I told her, I said, I've never been like, hello, how are you, Ark? I have never been like somebody to hop on a bandwagon. Like and you all probably could tell by that conversation that we just had. Like I will, if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. Like I'm a stick to my guns kind of girl. Like I won't. If I don't want to do something, I won't do it. And so, you know, like when I was a teenager and stuff, peer pressure did not work on me. It just didn't. So if everybody else was doing it, you could probably put $1 on the fact I wouldn't do it. If it was popular, I would do the exact opposite. I was a rebel in that way. Like if it was cool, you better believe that I was not going to do that. And so a lot of times, and I don't mean it to brag, but I was kind of like, there would be like a trend going on and I would do the opposite of the trend. Well, then the next year, whatever I did was like the trend in school. So anyways, and it wasn't because I was, you know, like super popular or anything. But that's how it was. That's how it went. And so I don't hop on any bandwagons. But I was talking to my husband's mom one day. Maybe after we move, y'all can come over for a barbecue if close enough. Yeah, that'd be fun. We were sitting talking and I told her, I said, the only person that's ever been able to talk me into anything, like doing stuff, who's ever been able to say, do it, and I would actually do it, it's him back there. It's my husband. The man that I married is the one that can talk me into, like, if he said jump off a bridge, I would probably do it. But it's because I have so much trust in him. I think, like, I don't know, like, I guess, like, I don't know how to explain it, but when you marry somebody, like if you marry somebody for love, like you're actually truly in love with them, typically you're going to trust them, especially if you're like, I don't know, but maybe it's where I'm a woman, but I trust my husband with my life. Like I know that he would give his life for, you know, like he would give his life for me. I know he would. And so he would defend me at all costs. And he would protect me, and he wouldn't have me do something that would, you know, like kill me or like hurt me really bad. And so always, like when we were dating and stuff, he would he would dare me to do something and I would do it. I don't know why, but like that, I don't know why, but I was 18 when me and him got together. And before that point, like, you know, when we were teenagers and stuff, you get into something and like somebody be doing something, you know, that you weren't supposed to do. Like, you know how teenagers do, and they'd be like, do it. And I'd be like, no, I ain't gonna do it. Just because you told me that I could or that I should, I wouldn't do it. And so, but Andy's complete opposite. Like if he dares me to do something, he don't even really have to dare me to do something. He can ask me to do it and be like, no, and then he'll say, you know, do it, and I'll do it. And so that's funny because, you know, he's my best friend, and like I said, I trust him with my life, but I've never been the type of person to hop on a bad bandwagon. But if Andy asks me to do it, a lot of times I will. I don't know why. My son is graduating in Chicago on May 18th and getting married in Wisconsin May 20th. That's neat. Then he is moving. It disconnected there for a second. That's really neat. I'm super excited. Is that your son that was on mission? He sounds like he's just a traveler. He just goes all over the place. If that's the same one, that's pretty neat. My recommendation, though, which I think everybody on here is, you're special for spouse intel. Yeah, Andy's just my best friend. I don't know how else to explain it. If you're not married, I highly recommend you just marry your best friend, because a lot of times they're just going to be, I don't know, they'll get on your nerves a lot more. I say that very lovingly, because usually if somebody is your best friend, like you spend a lot of time with them, and they just know where to get you that aggravates you. But he's like, I don't know, he's just, like I said, like I would fully trust my husband with my life. And I don't know if everybody's like that in relationships. I would say probably everybody is not like that in relationships. I know people that are in relationships that are not like that, but I would trust my husband with my life. Opposites attract. Yeah, he's total opposite of mine. Yeah, you married yours. Yeah, it's an amazing. It's funny because you hear people. You hear people talk about like when they met their spouse, like when they seen them, and like some people will be like, it's love at first sight. And usually those people, like especially if they're older people, they say that they marry, their best friend, and it was love at first sight, and that's why they married him. Usually those people have been married for like 50 and 60 years. And it was the same with me and Andy. And it's funny because I'm getting ready to tell you all a goofy story. So we met online. We met on Facebook is how we met. And so we decided to meet in a public place like you do when you meet people online, because you don't want you don't want to like get catfished or get kidnapped. And so at this time I'd met we had arranged an area to meet out in public, and I brought my best friend with me because I'm a girl. And so girls got to be careful. And so I met my best friend, and we met in like a public parking lot. And so I get out of the vehicle, and he gets out of the vehicle, we get out of the vehicle, and when we finally see each other, my best friend said it was like a movie. It's funny because I don't know, it's just funny. It's funny to talk about. But she said it was like a movie. She said it was like watching a movie when you all seen each other. And we loved each other as soon as we seen each other. And so I knew when I met her that our paths never seemed to cross, and then 12 years later, everything fell into place. Yeah. And so, so we just seen each other, and we met, and we loved each other. Like, I don't know, it's so weird. And so it was, I don't know, it was like love at first sight. And then we got engaged shortly, very shortly after we met. We met each other first in November, and he proposed to me in February. And so we got engaged fairly quickly after we met. But we've been together for a decade. Actually, our wedding anniversary is coming up, and so we've been married for 9 years. But we've been together for a decade, and then in November, I guess we'll be together for been dating for 11 years. And so we, like Daisy Q said, like, we're complete opposites. He's real quiet and calm and reserved and laid back, and I'm real like hyper and and loud, and like you can hear me in a room, like over top everybody. And I'm not a bit shy. I will talk to anybody about anything, and like I don't know, like we're just total opposites, but we work out. We somehow just made it work. And so we did. But like I said, like people talk about like, oh, we it was love at first sight. And some people, like a lot of times it's the guys that say it was love at first sight. Like if you watch these older videos of like older couples, they'll be like, I knew as soon as I seen her that I just she was going to be my wife. And that was kind of the situation for us. Like we knew as soon as we met, that we were going to love each other forever. And so it's very mushy, but it's the truth. And like I said, my best friend was there to witness it. And so she knows. She said it was like watching a movie. She said I just sat there and it's like watching a movie. Happy anniversary! Thank you, Ark. Yeah, it's corny. Like you say, it's sweet, and it really is sweet. I guess when you're older, like you can kind of realize it, but if like, I mean, it's corny at the same time, but it's the truth. Like, and as a miracle babe. Yeah, she is our miracle for sure. She is the epitome of her daddy. in a lot of ways. But the older she gets, the more it's funny because she is a complete blend and mix of mine and his personalities. So she can talk to anybody. She can talk to anybody. She's real outward spoken, and, will tell, like, would just, like, she's able to talk to anybody about anything, and, will talk your head off like I am. But then she thinks the way her mind works is like her daddy. And I can the way they process things, the way they work through things, the way their minds work are just like identical. And it's so funny because she's a mixture of us both. I thought when she was little, because she used to be really shy, I thought, well, she's going to be just like him. She's going to be real backwards like he is, and just real, just real calm and quiet and laid back. She's not. She's not. She's got my personality in his mind. And it's really funny. It's really funny to see all that at work. She's amazing. She's beautiful and smart, and she gets her smarts from him. He's very smart. And it's funny. It's funny how it works. They both speak 4 languages fluent and travel all over the world. That's neat. He's done well with languages and have been deaf over 20. That's, wow. That's amazing. That's awesome. That's amazing. I know you're so proud of him. She probably could. She said Lakin she's gonna be like a CEO of something. She's smart and very outspoken, and just she's something else. My husband and I fell in love at first sight too. Time flies, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Happy anniversary. That's amazing. 23 years. That's amazing. Don't it seem so short? I remember back when, we're going to be married for 9 years. We haven't made it to a decade, but, we've been together for a decade. And I always thought, a decade's so long. Like when you're a teenager and you think, wow, you've been married for 10 years. You've been married for so long. And it, like, when 10 years is going, it doesn't feel like you just, the years are passing so quickly. It doesn't feel like that long. Like, we've been together for 10 years. Back in the day, if somebody told me if I needed marital advice and they said, well, we've been married for 10 years, I would think they knew everything about marriage. I would think that they are experts on relationship. But like 10 years, once you've been married for 10 years or close to 10 years or been together for 10 years, you learn very quickly that, like, it's the people that's been married for 30 years and 40 years that really know what they're talking about. Because at 10 years, it's almost like you've just kind of figured out, like you've just mastered each other's personalities. At least that's how it feels like for us, or at least for me. Like, I feel like we've hit the age where we've just kind of, especially him, I call him my old man. He's 11 years older than me, and so he's getting into the 40s and stuff. He's coming up on 40, and so to me he's like he's getting into like his old man personality. He's gonna kill me for this. He's getting into his old man personality, and so our personalities have changed. Like we were young and in our 20s, and so when you're in your 20s, you just have a different personality. You're more wily and just you have a different personality. But once you get in your 30s, your personality starts changing, and then once he's getting closer to the 40s, and so his personality is even more mellow than what he was before. He's even more chill. If you can be more chill. If you can already be more chill, then that's and so I feel like especially if you get married young like I did. I was 19 when we got married, and I like 19, you're a baby at 19. If Lakin said, hey mom, I want to get married at 19, I would say you're a baby. No, don't. Not that my marriage isn't good. You're just young. And when you're young, your relationships are just different. You see relationships a lot differently. But um, I feel like the older you get, the more you kind of figure out, especially if like I said, you've been married young. I don't know if a lot of you all have been married really young. I mean, like I said, I was 19, which is, like, it's young. 19 is young. Um, and so I thought I was old. I thought I was old at 19. I thought I'd seen the whole entire world at 19. I thought I knew everything. And everybody's like that. Everybody's been 19 once, or most of us have been 19 once, and you all know what I'm talking about, especially the ones that are, I'm sure everybody on my live right now is older than 19. But, like, the older you get, it seems like the more your marriage just, like, shifts and changes. Sometimes, sometimes the shifts are a little bit harder than they are later on. At least, from my experience, like I've said, we've only been married for just a short period of time. But I can tell, like, as marriage goes on, you learn how to it's almost like you learn how to work with each other better and better and better every year. You just kind of figure things out. And I think that builds on strong marriages. There's a lot of marriages don't last very long. A lot of marriages only last a couple years, and I think a lot of times, which I'm not an expert, guys, and I don't mean to sound like that. I think a lot of times it's just that people aren't willing to work together, and those changes happen, and people just aren't willing to work together. And I think that's what makes strong marriages, is being able to work through those changes with each other. Yes, so short, especially emptying the house to move, going through 23 years of memories. Yeah, cluttering, deciding what to keep and what to let go. Old pictures are amusing. Yeah, I love looking back at old pictures. Andy's mom has a picture of our engagement. Or no, yeah, it's our engagement pictures on her wall. She's got like a mural of all of us on her wall, and that picture, we look like little babies because we were babies. And old pictures are very amusing, especially when you can, like, see yourself grow and age. And you can just, like, I don't know, you can see it, like, you can see it on each other's faces in pictures. It's neat. It's kind of neat to see. It really is. It really is. It's neat. It's neat to experience life together. And, I know not everybody gets a good partner throughout life. I know a lot of people get, like, a partner that's not a partner, that, somebody that they, that doesn't do life with them and doesn't, work through the hard things with them. But I wish everybody did. I wish everybody had somebody to go through life with, to work through life with. Everybody needs somebody to help them and support them and to love them. And I know, like I said, everybody doesn't get unconditional love. I know everybody doesn't get that support, but I wish everybody did. I wish everybody did. And of course, there's not a perfect partner. Like, there's no perfect marriage. There's no, there's no there's no couple that you can, like, point out and you can say, well, they've never had an argument, or, there hasn't been times that they, just couldn't stand to be in the same room as each other. There's nobody no relationship throughout a long period of time that there was not moments where people were like, oh, you're getting on my nerves. Because everybody has those moments. Everybody does. But you got to be able to come back together, and you got to be able to love each other through those moments, and you got to be able to work through those hard times. There's going to be losses that come up. There's going to be hard times that come up in everybody's life. And you know, it's good to have a partner to work through those hard times with. It's good to have a best friend to have and work through those moments with. Somebody you can depend on to work through those moments with. And like I said, I know not a lot of people have that, but I'm very thankful that I have somebody that I can, that I can trust. Like I said earlier, he can convince me. I trust my husband with my life. I do. I know that he wants best for me just like I want the best for him. And so that's just the truth of the matter. And if people can keep that mindset, if you can just keep the mindset that you're both working towards the same goal of just doing the best you can and working towards wanting the best for each other, then that's a good goal to have. Well, guys, we've talked about everything. How did these lives get to this? It seems like a lot of my lives end like this. Some kind of something. I don't know why I do this. I love it though. I love that we get to have these conversations. I love being able to get to know each other like this. But we've been on here an hour and 20 minutes, and I'd say some people are ready to get to bed. I know I am. As you all can tell, my voice is getting... Like I said in the beginning of the video, we had that storm, and we were up. And we've been up. We haven't had a solid amount of sleep since like around 2 this morning. Andy lost more sleep than me because storms. I guess it's where he's the man, or I don't know. I don't know what it is, but he usually once he's up with a storm, he's up, and so he don't get much sleep when we have bad storms. He's the watchman. He stays up all night and watches. And so he's gotten less sleep than me, but I didn't get much either. Nobody really did. But that storm was rough. And so I know it's late. I keep looking at that. Lakin, what time is it?
9:17.
She said it's 9:17. So it's getting late, and I know people have got to get to bed. But I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate y'all hanging out. I love these good conversations. And congratulations on your son getting married. That is amazing. And I don't know who all said they had an anniversary. I know Eric said he did. And who else? Yeah, you said 23 years. Congratulations to you both. And that's amazing. And happy anniversary to you all. Thanks, everybody that popped in to hang out with us. I love it. I love it so much, being able to hang out with you all and have these conversations. It's fun. But I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. God bless y'all. You want to say bye?
Bye.
Say, see you later, alligator.
See you later, alligator.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
God bless you.
God bless. Hi,